Title 6 of the tax substance collection of the composite wood product definition of the same finished good in general. The finished good meaning of the good product of the other panel containing hardwood, vinyl, particle board, medium density fiberboard. Exclusion of the term finished good does not include any component part of the other part of the accessible finished good of the finished good of the previously been supplied individually with the purchase of the acquired of the final good of the good faith for the purpose of the other resale, such for the antique of secondary hand furniture. Hardboard means of the administration of the regulation pursuant to subsection D. Hardwood plywood in general, the hardwood decorative panel that is tempered interior the code of the term and is some layers and plywood of the veneer joint adhesive with lumber core, particle board, medium density fiberboard, hardwood core, and any other special backing material. Exclusion hardwood plywood does not include military specified plywood, curved plywood, any other product specified in the standard of the voluntary product standard structural plywood number PS 107, standard entitled voluntary product standard performance standard of the wood-based structural use panel number PS 204, limited public rulemaking, and general administrator of the shall conduct the rulemaking process and produce the subsection of the available the information. Say that the authorities industry of the available to sort through the information and analyze the information, determine the discretion of the administrator, whether the definition term of the hardwood which exists of the engineer veneer and eliminated product modification administrator may make the aspect of the definition contained in clause 2 with the included definition regulation promulgated pursuant to subclause 1 laminated product. The term laminated product means the product which wood veneer is fixed to the particle board platform, wood mount density fiberboard platform, veneer core platform, a core component part used construction assembly finished good and product manufacturer fabricated finished good, but they use in product incorporated. Manufactured home, the term manufactured home is given the term of the 32802 with the Title 24 Code of Regulations. Minimum density fiberboard, medium density fiberboard means the panel that comprised of the cellulosic fibers made of dry forming, pressing for reinside as a fiber mat as in diameter under the standard. Modular home means a home is constructed in the factory, one or more modules, each of them meet the applicable state and local buildings, the area in which the home will be located, and then transported to home buildings and installed with the foundation completed. No adding formaldehyde-based resin. In general, no added formaldehyde-based resin, meaning the resin formulated no other formaldehyde as part of the resin corrosion link structure. Composite wood product meets the emission standards of paragraph C. One test conducted pursuant to test method ASME 1333 96 2002, subject to clause ASME D 6702, 3 months routine quality control test for ASME 6702 and ASME D 5582 or such. Other routine quality control method may be established or administered through rulemaking. Test for obtained under clause 1 and 2 may be any test method and must be showing the equivalence meaning with the established or administered through the rulemaking. Inclusion: the term no added formaldehyde-based resin, including the resin made with a solid polyvinyl acetate methanol isocyanate emission standard of the following emission standard of the composite wood product with no added formaldehyde-based resins on the paragraph no higher than 400 parts per million formaldehyde, 90 parts per 3 million of the routine quality control required in paragraph A2. Alright, no test result higher than 500 of the parts per million formaldehyde hardwood plywood, 600 parts per million particle board, medium density fiberboard, thin density particle board. Alright, 8 particle board. In general, the particle board means the cellulosic material form of the discrete particle distinguishing the fiber flake of the strand with the progressive together with the resin. The standard number ANSI 82081 2009. Exclusion of the term particle does not include in the product specified by the standard voluntary product standard improvement standard for the wooden-based structural use panels. Recreational vehicle, the term recreational vehicle meaning given the term of the 32828 with the code of regulation effective date of the promulgation resolution pursuant subsection D. 10 ultra low emitting formaldehyde resin. In general, the term ultra low emitting formaldehyde resin means of the resin composite wood product that meets the emission standard of the subparagraph C with measured. 2 quarterly tests were conducted with the pursuant to the test method ASME 1333 96 subclause the ASME D 6202 600702. The 6-month routinely quality control test pursuant to ASME 6702 and ASME 5582. So for the routine quality control test methods, may establish administrator of the ruling making test method obtained under clause 1 and 2 or by any test method the ASME 1033 96 for 2002 may include the showing equivalence to be made be established administrator through rulemaking. Our inclusion term ultra low emitting forming formaldehyde resin may include melamine, aluminum formaldehyde from formaldehyde resin, or linkyl formaldehyde resin. Mission standard administrator pursuant to the regulation issued in the subsection D of the reduced test requirement the manufacturer only product made with low emitting formaldehyde resin each of the following emission standard for hardwood no higher than 500 milliliter formaldehyde for medium density fiberboard no more than 600 parts per million formaldehyde, 90% 6 months of routinely quality control test required in some paragraph A2. No test result higher than 900 parts of the million of formaldehyde for particle nor no than 500 parts per million formaldehyde, 9% 6 months routine quality control test required in paragraph A1 and A2. No test result other than 8 parts per million of formaldehyde, no thin density mark, no higher than 8 parts per million formaldehyde, 90% 6 months routinely quality control testing required in paragraph A2. No testing of the result higher than 1,100 parts per million of the formaldehyde administered in absence of the regulation issued within subsection D of the manufacturer for the third-party certification requirements of unlife of the product of the ultra-low emitting formaldehyde risk and meet the following emission standards no higher than 400 parts per million formaldehyde, 90% next to quality control testing required on paragraph A2. No test a result higher than 500 parts per million formaldehyde, hardwood part, 600 parts per million particular particle board density requirements, thin medium density fiberboard. Requirements in general, except the provided apple cell through the regulation promulgated pursuant to subsection D, the effect of the beginning of the date 180 days after the promulgation regulation emission standards are described in paragraph 2. This will apply with hardwood, plywood, medium density fiberboard particle supply, sold, supplied, or supplied, manufactured in the United States. Emission standards of the required referred in paragraph 1 based on the test of the ASTM. Hardwood, plywood, veneer core 500 parts per million formaldehyde, hardwood, dry 800 parts per million in the effective date described in July 1st, 2012. 500 parts per million formaldehyde effective later than the effective date described in paragraph 1, July 1st, 2012. Medium density fiberboard 21 parts per million formaldehyde in part period after the effective date described in before January 1st, 2011. 100 parts per million formaldehyde effective later than the effective date described in paragraph 1 of July 1st, 2011. Thin medium density fiberboard 2100 parts per formaldehyde in parts of the effective date described in paragraph 1, July 1st, 2012. 13 parts per million formaldehyde effective later than the effective date described in paragraph 1, July 1st, 2012. Particle board 18 parts per million formaldehyde any for the effective date described in paragraph 1 before July 1st, 2011. 9 parts per million formaldehyde effective later the effective described in paragraph 1, July 1st, 2011. Our compliance with the mission standard. Compliance with the mission standard described in paragraph 2 of the shall be admitted quarterly tests conducted pursued in the subject with the quality control construct the ASMEA. Subject other methods of establishment ensure the rule making the test obtain the subparagraph A and 2 with the name of the test of the ASME E1133396 must be showing equivalence mean established for the administrator for the rulemaking except the otherwise specified the administrator to establish the rulemaking number of frequency tests required to demonstrate the complying with the emission standards. Alright, applicability with the formaldehyde emission standard that referred to paragraph 1 shall apply regardlessly with the hardwood medium density fiberboard particle board and formaldehyde finished panel and incorporated finished good exemption with the formaldehyde emission standard that referred to the subsection B1 and not apply with hardwood special structural plywood standard to any voluntary product structural plywood and standard plywood panels specified the standard products standards for wood structural use panel structural composite lumber standards specified the standard specification evaluation structure composite lumber products and warranted stranded board glued laminated lumber specified the standard structural gum glue laminated timber numbered ASI A191 2002 pre-11 fabricated wood I-joist specified in the standard the specifications established monitoring structural capacity prefabricated wood I-joist number ASME D50052505 finer jointed lumber wooden package including pedals, grates, and spools. Damages composite wood products include the new vehicle and other than vehicle reconstruction entirely with the new parts never been subject to the breach sale. Registered appropriate state agency authority responsible for vehicles within the for and save the province of the country rail car boat aerospace aircraft. Alright, windows contain composite wood product. The window product containing less than 5% of the volume hardwood plywood particle board medium dense fiberboard contain in relation to the total volume of the finished wood product. Exterior door garage door containing the composite wood product. The door with the main composite wood products manufactured no added formaldehyde based resin of the ultra low emitting formaldehyde resin. The doors contain less than 3% of the volume of hardwood plywood and particle board medium density fiberboard combined with the relation of the total volume of the finished exterior doors. Garage door regulation general no later than January 1st, 2013 administer the problem regulation implementation generally required with the subsection D B of the standard and ensure they comply with the emission standard described in subsection B2. Inclusion of the regulation proposed in presumed paragraph 1 shall include the relating labeling chain of custody requiring sell-through perforations ultra emitting formaldehyde rather than no added formaldehyde based resin finished good third party testing and clarification auditing reporting third party certified record enforcement laminated products in the L exemption requirement of the regulation promulgated pursuant to the section of the problem product of the complements containing the miniest amount of the composite wood products. Administrator shall provide the subparagraph of the L formaldehyde emission standard requirements subsection B. Sell-through provisions. General sell-through provisions establishes the administrator under the subsection more the composite weight of the product finished good contain with the regulated the composite wood product include the recreational vehicle, the manufacturer, modular home space. And base designated date of the manufacturer would show no earlier with the date of 100 days following the promulgation regulation pursuant to this section with the composite of the wood product finished good, but rather than date of the sale of the composite wood product finished good that provide the inventory composite with the product finished good certain containing regulated composite wood product manufactured before the designated date of the manufacturer composite wood product finished goods shall not be subject to the formaldehyde emission standard requirements of subsection B1. Implementation of the regulations for obligated the subsection to prohibit the shrub stockpiling inventory to be sold with the date of the date of the manufacturer, not requiring any labeling, testing composite wood product finished good containing regulated wood product manufactured before designated date of the manufacturer. Definition purpose of the paragraph: the stockpiling means the manufacturer purchasing of the wood product composite wood product furnished good to the regulation composite wood products between the date of the enactment of formaldehyde standard of the composite wood products based on the date of the 100 days from promulgation for the regulation pursuant to the subsection A of the rate simply determined by the administrator of the rate which the product would determine manufacturer purpose of the base fee of the determined administrator abandoning before enactment of the formaldehyde standard of the composite wood product act. Import regulation no later than July 1st, 2013. The Administrator of the Coordination of the Commissioner of the Customs and the Border Protection, the other appropriate federal departments, agencies shall revise the regulation promulgated pursuant to Section 23, Section 13. Administrator determine the necessary ensure the compliance with the section. Successors and standard testament of the administrator shall, after public notice of the opportunity with the commitment, have substitute with the industry standard with the test method reference for this of the section of the successor version. Prohibited acts individual entity with the violation of any of the requirements of sections, including the regulation promulgated pursuant to subsection D, shall be considered to have the committed and prohibited act under section 15. And that was at section